guess we have one more joining and then one that isn't joining. They couldn't make it tonight for the live. So while we're waiting, let's get started on our introductions. So I am East Coast Mystic. I have a Facebook page and an Etsy page, and my thing is doing readings. I love doing readings. I love looking ahead at things. So yeah, I'm excited to see what messages I have for you tonight.
Hello, I'm Mystic Gypsy. I have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. It's Mystic Gypsy with 2 I's at the end. I love to do tarot and oracle card readings and connecting with the spirits on the other side and seeing what messages we have and what guidance they have for us to live the best life possible. So I'm excited to see what we're going to find tonight.
Hello, I'm Moonshine, and I can be found on Moonshine on Facebook. And I'm doing rune readings tonight, and I have rune readings available. You can contact me on Facebook, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, hello, friends. It has been a while. I am Misfit, the Misfit Intuitive. You can find me at that handle on all social media. You can also shop or book a reading anytime on my website at themisfitintuitive.ca. And if you happen to be local to St. John, New Brunswick, you can find me at Rhoda's this Sunday. And then on November 1st and the 1st and 2nd, the first weekend in November, I'll be at Oh My Soul and Journey Psychic Fair at the Dennis Morris Community Center in West St. John.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting show. So if you're in the St. John area, come by. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So I hope we are all ready to get some messages out there. So just for the new year, we are going to change it into more of an audio. We're trying to figure out whether we go podcast style or just do audio recordings for afterwards. A lot of people like to remain anonymous, so we're going to try that for the new year. I think it'll be fun. And yeah, so let's start with Colette. I feel really drawn to you right now. So you have a choice what kind of reading you want. Do you want a general message? Do you want a message from someone on the other side? Or do you have a specific question or something that you want us to look into?
No, just I'd say whatever comes up for you.
Okay. So I'm going to start. So I'm just going to connect with you for a couple seconds here. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm ready to begin. My cards felt a little chilly. So first, I want to say that I am connecting to your energy. And I feel like right now you are on a path that is going to change. I feel that you're being guided right now by not only your guardian angel, but a male and female spirit. And there is a warmth they're showing me in your belly, which lets me know that you're in a place of creation right now. I did get the 9 of Pentacles for you, which lets me know that your path right now is about staying present. Don't look at the past right now. Past things may try to come to the surface, but you're in a place of manifestation right now, and ideas are meant to come to you that are to bring you more joy. I also see the King of Wands and the King of Swords. So you're right in the middle of that change that does represent a male energy in your life that is going from one place into a more controlled state, but to guidance around you. And one thing that I keep getting is that you're meant to connect to the law of dominant desire. And that's a very powerful universal law. Because there is guidance in your guardian angel, it lets me know that you're in a place and in the middle of change right now. And certain things that you're planning to do in the next year are going to material really good results. But it is important for you to let yourself stay balanced and focus on the ideas that come, and watch for signs in nature. So what's crossing your path, and look those up for messages right now, and support the masculine energies that are going through the change, because this is about a mastery, and it's not just your mastery, but it's the mastery of your household, and it is meant to focus on wealth and family and stability and growth, but new ideas and changes as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello. So for
Hi
you,
there.
it looks like things have been a bit of a journey for you, and what the cards are showing me is that right now there's something kind of that's you've been feeling as though maybe the path has been good and decent, but there's something kind of hanging from the past a little bit, something that you're wanting to explore. And I believe it's connected to your own healing power within yourself. So it's kind of like maybe something that might be unhealed, maybe from your past or childhood, or even with your own family, because I do see a child in the situation. But I have this really beautiful like healing that's coming out of it, because it looks like it's kind of something like there's still a fear of moving forward in this aspect, and it's something that kind of like rises up every once in a while, but not all the time. But what the cards are showing me is that you are moving forward. I've got these wheels of transformation, and I've got the quest. So it's kind of what I'm seeing here is like trusting those spirit guides and those people around you. I keep hearing like a compassionate conversation. So it's maybe someone that you trust and that you are close to, that you can have and confide into this like conversation that just kind of rises up. But there is so much healing in it, because I have this like beautiful healer card here for you. So it just shows me when she comes up, it's always a time of healing. So it's just connecting to that pathway for you right now that needs to heal, which I do feel is mentally and spiritually both kind of are entwined together. So yeah, it looks beautiful though, because your ending card is the Sun. So I do really see like you've got so much spiritual protection and renewal coming for you, that even if those little triggers from the past or little things kind of come up, just trust in your own spirit and know that you've got this ability to move forward for you coming up.
Thank you.
Nice. Hi. I've got some ruins for you here. So I was doing something a little different tonight because it's October, and so it's also showing up in the ruins for everybody as a little bit of ancestral history or a past. So either an influence of a person who has passed, or it could be connected to a past life, or like family history. So an ancestry direction. And what you got for that one tonight was the Othala, which is also having to do with home and land. So even in the past, a connection with that. It also shows that there was within the last 3 months that there was an interaction with you somehow with this, and you connected with that. So there was a connection made with you. It shows that within 3 months from now that you've got like the cup as well too, which is Pertho, ruin, which is like kind of like the Ace of Cups in the tarot almost, but it's an abundance and an open state of happiness and flow. So it does show that is something that is coming in the third month from now. And right directly placed in the middle, you had Thor, and you also had Tyr. So you had the two big battle runes to conquer anything, right? So anything in excess, anything that would need to be changed, anything like that, it's like it is printing time to make those choices and changes, and it's and that's happening. So that is awesome. It also shows that you're there because you do have that power of Tyr. You're in front of it, which is a battle rune as well too. So it shows that you've got a good momentum there, and that it's all looking really nice there. So yeah, so really nice ruins. And also the only other thing that came was Gibu, which is gift. So some form of gift or opening, and the letter O was showing if there's something that it clicks in and it becomes some type of sign for you, but within the next 3 months, something with an O. So kind of fun. But yeah, it does look great though. Lots of conquering power with you. So just keep making the choices that you're seeing, and you've got all the strength to back you up with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Colette. A lot going on for you. I feel instantly with you almost like a sense of overwhelm. Like it's hard to just kind of take a step back and breathe sometimes, like because I feel like there's just a lot going on, and you're always the person that has to kind of manage everything in your life. But I do encourage you to just kind of breathe and let the universe take control a little bit. Because I feel very much like a new fresh start coming for you. Like Moonshine had said, like he had the rune that was almost like the Ace of Cups. Well, I have the actual Ace of Cups here. So it's just kind of a validation in that. It's a fresh start, lots of abundance, everything, happiness, joy, all the emotional fulfillment and healing coming your way. You actually get quite a few cup cards in the reading here. You get the 10 of Cups, which is just like the ultimate happiness, contentment. You've got the little family there. Everything seems to be good and stable. I feel like stability is maybe not a foreign concept, but something that's not quite been a constant through your life. I feel like things have always been a little bit wishy-washy, but I feel stability coming for you in a big way. Because you also get the 9 of Cups with it, and he's very content here. He's able to sit back, look at all that he has, and be able to appreciate and relax a little bit. Because like I said, I feel like it hasn't always been that way. People tend to take from you. You're a giver, so people will always be taking. So now is the time to really set your boundaries and take care of you. Stop stressing about other people and what X, Y, and Z are doing. You got to put that energy inward and really focus on yourself. Look at the signs and symbols around of healing and of ancestors visiting. So I believe someone else said, like, you are so spiritually protected. Like you have an entire team around you. And I feel like they're trying to get your attention with the little things that you think are just like, oh, whatever. But like if you see a feather, if you see a bird that harkens to someone, something like that, take those as the messages that they are and really tap into your intuition and know that everything is kind of connected and synchronicitous and really coming to terms for you now. Because you are intuitive. You're one of us. You could easily be on this side of the table issuing the readings, right? I don't know if you do or if you've thought about it or been like, oh, no, I can't do that. You can, and you will. You just have to have that confidence. It's hard to have confidence sometimes. We always have that inner voice, that inner critic, which is really someone else's outer voice because they've put those thoughts in our head over the course of time, right? We're never born doubting ourselves, but other people make us doubt and question ourselves. So that was a heavy one. I feel like that's an important message for you, is don't let the opinions of others natter around in your head. You have to let it go and have to let the universe and your own inner voice guide you. and kind of fight out everyone else's opinion, because you are meant to be yourself and unique. You're meant to sparkle and shine in your own individual way. If someone doesn't like it, they're not the people that you want to be around anyway. So get them out of there and just be yourself, and the people that aren't meant to be around you will shake themselves out. But yeah, take care of yourself, let go, give it to God, the universe, whatever higher power you have, give some of that stress away, because you don't have to carry it all. There are other people that are more than capable of doing their own thing, but you have to do stuff for you. And you also get the love life card that comes up. So I don't know if you're entering a new relationship or a new phase in a relationship or seeking one, but it signifies that there's some healing left to do in your heart, but you are ready to open up your heart and heal and move past the old wounds. I think Mystic Gypsy also said something about like old wounds will kind of pop up and trigger and maybe try to impede your healing, but take those triggers as they come up, get to the root of them, and figure out how you can take the lesson but kind of leave the hurt a little bit more in the past, so you can focus more on the future as opposed to the past, because you have the ability to heal not only yourself but others. Like I said, you could easily do the things that we do as well. So it's just about having confidence and recognizing that now is really the time to pursue that, and trust yourself and trust your intuition, because you've got it.
Thank you.
I love all the messages. It's awesome. And I want to share that the card that I got for you is confidence. So it is having confidence in yourself, but also having confidence in those around you, because there's changes not only with you, but those are around. And it is about passion right now. So the things that you're passionate about, you know, those are all keys to what's transforming in your life. And that's also the things that people are passionate around as well. So take note on that. And that's a special gift that I think that you have, is if you took a look at what people are passionate about, you have the ability, the intuition to figure out how they could get into it or do it. So kind of use that as your key of manifestation right now. I saw the dominant desire around you, which means that the universe does want you to mentally declare the things that you want to manifest, and do that throughout the month whenever you think about something you want changed and transformed in your favor. Because, you know, I think that you're meant to tap into that energy around you and use that as, you know, tapping into that confidence and of connection that you do have. So yeah, that's awesome. Be open to those things. You're welcome. So let's do Joanne. Hey, let's do a reading for you. So what do you want? Do you want a general message? Do you want a message from someone on the other side? Or do you have a specific question or situation? If you're not able to use the audio, like the microphone, you can also tap it into or put it in the chat.
How's that? Am I on now?
Now I can hear you. Yes. Hi. Now I can't hear you.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
here we go.
There we go. Yay. Good evening.
Technology.
I know. I get the same issue. So what would you like us to give you a message about?
General, whatever comes up.
Okay. Well, I definitely know that right now there is a guiding energy that is in a male energy that is around you. And the other thing is I see that right now you're in a place where there is a lot of changes and things coming up, but those things are turning into a place of balance. And I really feel that this guiding spirit, and he is an older male around you, is what I'm seeing, is helping you master and connect to something that has to do with your future, but also gets rid of doubts. So I feel like you're dealing with something. There's something you're carrying inside that you want to get rid of, There's some worries or fears. I feel like you're also in your own healing path right now, but there's other hands around you to help you. And I feel like a lot of these things that are happening and changing are going to bring you rewards and balance and benefit, but also a teaching. So your healing is a teaching right now. And what I love about what the energy I'm connecting to is not only are you a healer, but I feel like you're meant to create some kind of support group that will help you connect to the community, but also the finances and the freedom that you're seeking. And right now it is about connecting to the law of balance and cosmic rhythm, and connect and attach that to your free will and break free of what other people are doing, because it's showing me that your energy is connected to 5 specific people and they're all going through changes, and you're kind of at the matrix of that right now. And for you to understand your healing power is also finding something that you're meant to connect to that's yours and will create a whole new beginning for you. So I do feel like you need to be open to new connections through this month that are also going to help you create something that has to do with the next step that's bringing you the freedom you want. And your healing power will also heal throughout your household, because I feel like some of the things you want to give up have to do with other people's energies. And right now it's about having faith and moving forward. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's strictly about the manifestation of your truth.
Okay.
So something is telling me that that you don't have to prove anything to anyone right now. It's about your growth, and your growth is your teaching right now. Your healing is your power right now. So that's what I get for you right now.
When you mentioned I was connected to 5 people,
Chaos.
like that's not. Oh.
It's like the blend. If you imagine 5 chords of attachment, but they're all different energies.
But they're not actually attached, are they? Or they're just in my life?
Their energy has an attachment in some way, whether it's a distraction to you and you're focusing on someone you shouldn't, or you're feeling the energy of someone else that you maybe don't even know. Okay. But there's 5 different energies, and it is creating something inside. It's almost like this there's something inner that needs to come out. And that's your healing journey right now, is release. Okay. I will find out who they are. And you don't even need to, because all 5 of those people are actually connected to a certain element. So if you just connect to the 5 elements, you will have cleansed yourself of those attachments. So listen to the breeze. And I really feel like you're meant to see something in the sky for your own healing power. So look to the sky until you feel something go right through you. Okay. That's what I would do. Excellent. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, Joanne.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm excited to be here with you.
I love your energy.
Oh, thank you. I love yours. This is just such a great place to be today. So I'm excited we're all here. Now for you, what I'm looking at is kind of interesting, because it's almost as though you've outgrown something in your life. And I don't know if it's people, places, or home, or even kind of parts of yourself. But the cards are showing me that you really, patience. I see, like, I've got the actual patience card here. So it's kind of, it's that giving yourself time to embrace letting go of these things that you need to. It's almost like when that chaos happens, you know, it's almost like you look around and see all the things that you don't have to make the situation work, whereas it's like looking at those resources that you do have with, like, around you, people, places, things, because it's almost as though there's something that's happening in the springtime for you that's going to be a big growth event for you. That's going to be, I feel like it's actually going to be within yourself, and it's kind of going to change a part of your lifestyle in a positive direction. And I do see, though, that coming into that, your spirit guides are reminding you that you are coming into a full moon in the next, I think it's 5 or 6 days, somewhere around. And it could be a tough few days. And up until that period, I'm seeing a lot of that stuck feeling, frustration, some agitation, maybe feeling as though people are being confrontational. However, what it is showing is it's kind of like taking that moment when things are feeling hectic to, like, step back for a second and breathe and think about what it is that you have in abundance within that you can offer these the situation. And that's just kind of in time, right? Because as you're letting go of whatever it is that's, you know, you're meant to let go of, you're also creating something really beautiful. So this is this creator card, and I don't know if anyone can see it, but she's weaving a web. And so that's what I see, like, the future for you is that as you're letting parts of yourself go, or people, maybe places, a home, you're creating this new you, this new self, this new version that really wants to step forward. And right now she's feeling a little caged. So just it's okay though. Just give it some time, breathe into those moments, and know that if people are, you know, the energy around you's a lot, just, you know, like I say, breathe. I just keep hearing breathe. Trust your intuition, because you'll know those moments and know you can get through them. Your spirit guides are here with you and they're supporting you. And I see that, like, it might take this full moon cycle for that agitation to kind of fully dissipate, but you are going into November and December with, like, a new energy that's kind of going to be put on not pause, but it's just kind of with the season, right? That's kind of that hibernation season. And as you get into spring, that new kind of inner self that's kind of just been sitting in the ground, just waiting to grow, you know, will blossom. So yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Problem.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, great, thanks. I've got some runes for you here. Looks pretty good. You had a pretty good a cast with it kind of all piled up in the middle there. Your guiding rune that you got from your ancestral past was Jera. So that is all about a full cycle of the year and about creating your whole year, and especially in the 2 seasons, in the winter time to when there's a good weather and you can go outside. So really, you know, if you kind of split those two, whatever that is for you, where you start going outside and where you start staying inside, those are kind of 2 different phases for you. So that is a ancestral past message that is there with you. So this is something that you probably have carried with you, and it's also bringing out some actual skills from you learning about, you know, where you are in the cycle throughout the year. So it really does show a couple of things here. One, that there was within 2 months a good happening, a feeling that you got to experience, and that is good, pleasure, and enjoying things, and having fun, and that it also shows that there has been a recognition of these polarities, and kind of in everything, right, from the day to night, the changes. When you're noticing them, it's interesting that Mystic Gypsy said weaving, because I just got, before he pulled that up, weaving. It is like you're weaving, and you're seeing and noticing and observing, and even in others socially, and just you're observing, but you're automatically kind of weaving just by what you're seeing and recognizing all of where you're at. And that's where the pileup was around it. But what was interesting is the letters all formed love. And it was really cool. And it would just maintain, like, stay in your state of love. Like, you don't have to change any part of yourself. Let all the other ideas and talk, and there's lots of flutter, it's all good. It's all part of creation. But just, stay in the center of all that action with love. You're going to make your good choices. And as you see things, it's just weaving. You're learning more about everybody, about yourself. But there really is something about this cycles as well, too. And it shows you got your dream stone as messages. So you're going to receive messages in your dream. And that you've got this stay with love. It'll keep, when things are overwhelmed, or, instead of going to any place of feeling, pressure, or you would just go use your love, and you'll see how it just subsides. You can just kind of go into that space. You don't even have to respond if it's a thing, or who knows, something that get your temper up or something. When next time you feel anything that's a trigger that is like that, for whatever it is, just kind of say no, I'm not, because you can kind of feel that the difference of energy. So you're observant. So it's kind of like, no, you can make that choice. No, I'm staying in love here, even though you may not have like the response yet. It doesn't matter. You don't even need to respond to anything. You don't need to do anything, but just stay in your place. So anyways, really cool, nice reading. And and also everything right now to the future they were all based down and just love written. So it's kind of like you're getting to write what it is that you're creating. So I think you're kind of spearheading some stuff. Your ideas and thoughts and what you're doing are, going to be revolutionary type of stuff that's coming to you. So just follow it. It's your natural gifts that are coming out, the knowledge, how you're looking at things, and what you're learning, even on an interest level yourself, like the knowledge you seek. You're going to really weave something amazing. So enjoy.
Excellent. Thank you. You're
welcome.
Okay, hello, Joanne. Woo.
Hello.
You bring with you an incredible amount of energy.
I've been told.
Yeah. You do readings too. Like you do, is it the angelic connections? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. Because I thought so, because I recognize the name, because I know we've crossed paths. But instantly when we were going to read with you, I almost prayed over my cards. Like my hands came up like this,
wow,
around the deck before I got started. So I don't know if you've been a little bit out of touch with your spiritual practice, but I almost take that as a sign to recommit, pray on it, whatever's heavy on your heart. Because I feel a lot of anxiety with you. Like Mystic Gypsy said, just breathe. I have a little vial of lavender oil here I had to grab out after I pulled your cards, just to kind of calm down a little bit, because I feel like it's just been a lot for you lately.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like you're the strong one. You're a healer. You do so much for others, but I wonder if you really fill your cup and heal yourself and take time for yourself and seek out healings and stuff for yourself as well. Because like I said, you're the strong one, and it's great to be strong and have all that resilience, but you also have to let go of some of the things that you carry and work on your own healing as you work on others' healings. You got to put yourself first. You got to put on your mask before you help, and all that stuff. You got to do that. And I think East Coast Mystic said something about people pleasing and doing for others and putting yourself first. You got to do what you want, and you'll find the people that also want to do what you want, right? You don't have to think about others first. Think about yourself. because I feel like there's a lot coming up for you in your healing journey and stuff lately. It's very sensitive emotions, like things that you maybe thought you had dealt with are coming up like in a whole different way sometimes. And that just challenges us and reminds ourselves that healing is a journey, not a destination. So there's always something to be worked on within ourselves as we help others on that path. But I did like East Coast Mystics idea as well of like maybe a support group or a social group, something, because you get my Socializer Join In Oracle card, which does encourage, finding community to uplift one another and through shared experiences. But don't take it all upon yourself to do that for everybody. You have to find other people that are willing to all work together to make it work. Because remember, you put yourself first. You don't think of others. You don't do it all for others. You got to save some for yourself, because you really do need to focus on your wellness. I feel like some of that anxiety and stuff will dissipate if you take a moment to step back and focus on your own healing. But also, like, don't stop helping others. Never stop. But pay attention to always the messages that we deliver to people are often messages for ourselves as well, right? So just make sure that you're paying attention to, what you're helping others with as it can apply to yourself. Because I feel like you feel very stuck, but it's not, you don't see it the way that others do. Like, you have so much joy and light and you bring so much energy with you that you're never stuck. You just haven't, I don't know what it is, but you're not stuck. I guess is the message that I get. And you also get this beautiful floral, like Phoenix Rising kind of oracle card. That like a revolution is happening. I feel like kind of your old ways of being are starting to fall away and you're realizing new lessons as we go along. Because like I said, healing is a journey, not a destination. So remember that whatever you've been through, the emotions that come up, they only have the power that you give it. So by recognizing it for what it is, feeling the emotions, letting it pass through, you're not feeling stuck or letting it overwhelm you. Just kind of breathe and let it go with the flow. Take the hits as they go and keep on trucking, right? Because like I said, you are the strength. So just know that you've got it, but really take the time to take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I have to add, sometimes we get flashes. So, when you're listening to this and things flash in your mind, that's also a message. Even when we're talking, certain things may flash in. But I want to end with, I really feel that you're meant to do something that will have to do with letting people forgive themselves or others, empowerment. So I feel Spirit is guiding me to tell you to do some kind of empowerment forgiveness retreat. Maybe it's a day thing and it ends with a feast or a supper. And I plan to do something like that in the spring or the summer, right? And, try to go in that direction to create your community that will bring balance and healing. But I can see you doing something like a release and then an empowerment type retreat. And I think if you worked on that might be something that will help you grow. Maybe it's something that you do every year, or maybe it ends up being every season. Who knows, right? But definitely some kind of group where you can feel like, it's also something that you need while you're doing it with others. You know what I mean? So we all have something that we can forgive. We all have empowerment around us. And I think those are key elements that will fulfill you and take you to the next level of your prosperity and blessings, and break free of anyone that isn't doing things that you feel should be, because that's feeding fear into you. And right now it's about your own empowerment and the type of retreat that you would like to go to. You can create. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I want to end with there for you. So I think you have lots to think about.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was good to see you.
Yes.
Okay, Daryl. Welcome.
Hello.
So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I'm
so do you
excited.
want a general message? Do you have a question, or do you want a message from the other side?
I'd like a general message, please.
Okay. So, I want to I'm just going to connect here for a second. Ooh. So I get that right now affirmations would work really good for you. Like mental conversations that lead you in the direction that you want to go. That seems to be a healing power right now. And it's also that when you start doing that, you'll start to get whispered to by your spirit, which is either going to be your higher self or a guiding spirit around you. And I really feel like there is a guiding spirit around you. It's coming in as a female spirit, even though I can feel your father's presence. For some reason, he's like right at the veil. And I feel like they're there helping you move into the right direction, to let you know that you are supported, even though it seems like you're dealing with a lot on a mental level. It's causing you difficulties of frustration and sleep. And you have to connect to the power of love. But the main thing that I see is it's about you getting empowered. So it's the energy you need right now that's going to start turning the wheels into the area that you want to go. And the other thing that came up is the death card came up for you, which means that you are right now in the middle of a cycle. The law of cycle is in play, and it is connected to what it is that you need, want, and desire. But you do have to, of course, let the universe know what it is that you need, want, and desire. Those 3 lists, and talk affirmations to yourself to get you into being able to hear the guidance around you. And I do feel that you're going in the right direction. So don't let agitation get to you. Believe in your future and start creating, because your perception is changing. And it is about now, like, how do you see yourself in 6 months from now? And start putting yourself in that direction. You have the moon card too, which lets me know that you're very connected to the tides and the cycles right now. So just like the leaves are changing, so are you. And in order for that change to happen, anything that's inside needs to go. So you might feel like there's mental things going on that may cause, the feelings. That's natural, but it is a time of release. And as the veils get thinner leading up to the 31st there's more that's going to come out. And that's the only way we can release the energy for our new beginnings. And I do feel like you are going to receive good news. As soon as you connect to that energy, balance will come. But it is just understanding that you're not doing anything wrong, that you're in the middle of change, which is conflicting energy. But if there's lots of conflicting energy happening, that's a good sign. The more conflict, the better the results. Okay? And the more you'll feel when you're set free. So right now, I do feel like the angels are helping you gain the energy that you need, that spiritual suit, mind, body, and spirit, and getting you back into that energy of being guided and connected, and release the outcomes and be happy with the changes that are coming. Be excited for them again. Relight that fire. So 6 months, put in a vision of what you want in 6 months. Even if you write a list on a piece of paper, your 6-month wish list. Okay, because spirit is near and they can see when you write those right things down. And for some reason, the male energy around you liked to write things down. So they're watching. They need you to write those things down. So that's what I get, is balance is coming for you, freedom, but it is about your guidance and affirmations until you hear the voice of spirit. And you'll have all the moves you need to make. Okay?
Yes. Wow. Thank you.
Hi, Daryl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. It's so funny that East Coast Mystic was talking about the spirit of you about writing down, because I couldn't resist, but I kept hearing grab the paper and write down what's coming to me. So that, and here I am writing that. So I think that's a massive sign that
I love that.
And it was so uncanny.
Hey, the East Coast connected to the West Coast there. Look how dark it is behind me, but you're daylight.
Straight across the country, we're getting messages. So I love that.
Okay, I gotta hear this.
So for you, what I'm seeing is like, okay, first I'm going to start with a question of, have you been using ladders recently, or are you intending on using any ladders?
Ladders?
Yeah. Are you doing outside
Nothing
work?
recently or whatever. No, not really.
Okay.
Huh.
Because when I was looking at you, I kept hearing ladders, 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 and I don't know really. I thought, well, if you are using ladders, please be safe. And
Okay.
I also kind of see it as a representation of like maybe moving up the notches of like your progression with your own spiritual kind of connection, right? Like, you know, slowly going up those rings and finding the new opportunities and the new things that are waiting for you. Because I see that right now, there is maybe a feeling of like disconnection or blocked, and things have been good and they were going good, but you're in this like complete new stage, because you go from literally the Fool to the World. So I pulled both cards, just one right after another. So I mean, you've pretty much gone through a whole new cycle and you're on to something new. And I feel that from these cards, you're seeking this clarity, so for the future, to know what's ahead. But there's still this fear that's, you know, this underlying fear. And it's not as scary as it feels. And I have to wonder if it's maybe to do with, you know, kind of being open. And so being open to the opportunities that come for you, being open to maybe your relationships with people and maybe with someone else, you know, getting back into that dating world and just kind of opening yourself up and being available to opportunities that you normally would be afraid of, that are of course obviously healthy for you, but just something, you know, because this future is really heavy. It was one of the first cards I pulled, and then fear, and so I see that as they're kind of coexisting, and your spirit, you know, wants you to face those fears and trust yourself that you know this path forward. And the clarity will come to you, I believe, when you're writing. Because I also, you know, as I was looking at these cards, I got the clarity card here for you. And I see that as when you're, you know, doing that writing down, or there's moments where you just feel like, oh, that's what I want my future to look like. Because it's almost as though you feel like you're supposed to know what the future looks like, but no one does. It's okay. And it's okay to not know what lays ahead for you, because it's important to be present right now, because that's the only time that we can be open to receiving those beautiful gifts that are waiting for you, right? And you have so many spirit guides. And I have to bring up that dog. Was there a dog in the past that we've chatted about?
Salty.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not barking nearly as much. He's like, well, he's sleeping on my bed.
He's still there. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, yep, he's my guy.
Okay, so that is showing as, yeah, I think I just see him as he is part of this path for you going forward. So I love that you have like all your protection around you, and you've got all this new, just fresh energy, like I just keep feeling fresh. Go to the water and do some writing, and you might come up with something interesting.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I'm going through a period of great transition right now. So, yeah, just sold my house in Alberta finally after 3 years, and yeah, and hopefully things are going to wrap up with the divorce end of things and all that for me. So, yes,
Right on.
but you guys have been talking about it for probably 18 months now. So,
Yeah, well, hey, it all works out in the end, right?
yeah. Well,
You
I
know?
think one of my big lessons to learn on this earth is patience, because boy, am I learning it.
Hey, that's interesting. Well, that's one of the ruins that came up. It did have to do with one part of here with patience, and I was like, oh no. But we all, patience hurts. It's like, oh, I gotta wait. But that's actually what this ruins. A big part of your reading came about was this like waiting, this feeling. But it kind of is actually directing what I got initially off of it, because I'm doing the ancestral ruin tonight. So this was and right away the letter J came out, and I felt like that was like somebody who'd passed, like father, grandfather, or something like that. But it was like the letter J came out in the past, and it felt to me connected to like an actual person or past spirit, and that they're around you and they are showing you something. There's like a teaching or lesson of an old way. So the other one came out was dreams, showing that you're going to receive something in dreams, or you may have, because it is actually kind of in the past there, but it's also because I'm asking about the past for you. So pay attention to dreams and also ancestry. So it could be something that you know about your DNA, or about your, down a couple generations back of where they came from, maybe an old story, or there's something that's going to connect you. And you also got the rune Ithwas there, and so you've got the world tree. So in the Nordic ruins of it, the world tree is connected to all the worlds, and it's kind of the old sit under the tree, and you'll get your clarity type of parallel to it. Okay, but for you it would be whatever is coming to you within your heritage. Okay, and have some of that come in, because I feel like there's a piece of wisdom in there that's going to make you understand more about yourself, about your pace, about what you're here to create, and it's going to be connected personally to you, about yourself, like your own a self-revelation. Okay, so really good. And you're building a relationship with ancestral past, so it could be a guiding spirit that you're getting a message from when you're opening to this, but it does show that you're out there. And also the letter S was around that, so maybe when you're out, and it shows within 2 months ago there was something, is almost to say magical, but there's something that you did, because it's normally a protection amulet to put or do. Could be of just you used a walking stick in the forest or something. Maybe you just found a walking stick and walked with it. But there was some like positive manifestation done just by that. And it does show like right upon you, you literally have on top of all your runes the Gibo, which is the X, and it's X marks the spot, and it literally on top of all of them, dead center. So that was the last one that came out. So there is some more in front, but in the end, the Gibo, that's gift. Okay, so that is a completion, and it shows within 2 months here there is 3 things together. Thor, so you have a battle, something where you've got to overcome, the final great challenge. Okay, then you've also got the temper stone, so it's to keep your temper cool, like to understand like it's okay at this point, you don't have to engage in the temper part, because the deal's getting, you're closing your deal. Okay, or whatever this conversation is, you have a view and an opinion, so it's already in action. And it also does show Fehu, which is financial breakthrough. It shows for you all clustered together, but within like 6 months and north your body. So, and it's kind of like that's when you're going to feel your physical manifestation like start changing around you. Okay, but it's really your body. So whatever it is that you attract to yourself, you go within now, go to your tree or your place or your walk, or maybe the S is salty, and because it shows you out and to listen to your dreams and connect with some of your heritage, some of your personal beliefs, or your own whimsy of what you think is going on in this world and what interests you, and connect with that, and kind of bring that out, because when the rest comes around you, it's just going to be a further expression of who you are and where you're at and what you've discovered about yourself now. So, just enjoy the ride, but it looks great.
Thank you. Wow, that was an excellent reading. Thanks.
Hello there, Daryl.
Hello.
Okay, some familiar cards here. We've read for you enough times. Some of the common threads are going to come back up, right? For you, it's always a healing journey from what you've been through. And like I said to Joanne earlier, it's a journey, not a destination. So I feel like you are a little bit hard on yourself. You expect yourself to just, and it's fine. It doesn't work like that, sir. You have to go through it. And it's okay to feel emotions. I get with masculinity and being a man, there's all sorts of complexities around dealing with emotions, but it's time to really break that down, because I feel like your future is going to be a lot better if you really focus on your healing, whether it's traditional methods like therapy, talk therapy, counseling, whatever, group kind of thing, or if it's some of the more woo-woo methods like getting readings or doing Reiki, energy work, stuff like that. It can all work in tandem to really get you to the best position moving forward. Because things down the line, they do look great. Like I said, there's prosperity, there's stability, like the others have said, there's healing and whatnot. I feel like you have a lot of choices in front of you, and sometimes it gets hard to pick in which direction to go. Because I feel like you're very analytical. You have to plan it. You want it to go right. You want to control, and if it doesn't, then it fucks with you a little bit, pardon my French. But you got to breathe and focus on stress reduction. Serenity prayer it. I don't know if I've told you to do that before, but think about what you can control, recognize what you can't, and ask for the wisdom to know the difference. Because it is really about your healing right now and being gentle with yourself and learning the lessons from the past, but not continually letting them trigger you. And it's not hindering you, but things are going to continually trigger until you work on the healing to be able to cope and better handle those things when they come up. And just focus on really being yourself, because you've got this bright new chapter ahead of you. And the more that we can work on healing and learning how to cope with our past, the brighter our future is going forward. So really breathe, allow yourself to feel those emotions. Don't feel any shame with emotions, because emotions are normal. Literally everyone feels them. And the more that we connect with them, the stronger that we are. It's not weak to have emotions. So embrace that, embrace the healing, embrace the therapy, embrace the Reiki and the woo-woo and the readings and all the things, because they're all different healing modalities. And that's what you need to move forward. So you have all the tools. It's just about making the progress forward and not worrying so much about what has happened, but look forward to what is going to happen.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I really feel that right now you have to think about your purpose and where you're headed from here, and be open. Look all across Canada. Be open to all of the categories and places that you would think about going. And I think that's going to connect you to the energies and changes you need.
Okay.
Yeah, get excited about it.
I will. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're
Great
welcome.
to see everybody again.
Have a good night.
You too.
Hi, Sarah. We are going to do your reading now. So welcome. So what you can do is you can get a general reading, you can ask for a message from the other side, or if you have a specific question or situation you want us to look into, we can do that. So
Hello,
you can,
sorry.
No problem. Welcome.
It took me a minute to log on, and then it took me a minute to figure out how to use Zoom.
Well, I'm glad you got in.
Yes, yeah, thank you. I guess my reading is, I would like to know where my career future is heading. So I'm currently a teacher and I love what I do. but I find it extremely challenging. And I'm trying to figure out if this is the best career path for me, or if I need to look elsewhere. I always thought I wanted to be a teacher. That's all I ever imagined myself being. But since being a teacher, I realized the challenges that the education systems have are beyond my control, and that although I should separate myself from school to home and have a work-life balance, I find that extremely challenging, and I always bring my work home, and it's deteriorating my mental health. So I'm trying to figure out where I need to be or what my next step should be.
Okay, let me see what I get for you. Well, this is a card that came up for you. And if you see you can see the face on the top, and then look at the inside. It's like you're carrying all of these energies, and all of those energies are different faces. So that tells me a lot. It does let me know that you are kind of stretched to your limits. And I do see that right now your life is about manifestation and mastery, and also your wealth and your security, but your emotions are leading you into a new journey. Do I see that right away? No, I don't, because it shows me that your path right now is leading you to a place that is going to create change in 8 months from now. So 8 months from now, I do see you having the ability to walk away, but male energy is what is involved in your energy levels right now, and that shows me that has to do with a materialization and changes, as well as soulmate connection and balance. So there's partnership involved that does have to do with your changes. So I do see you leading in that direction. You should look at other things and possibilities of timing, but it shows me about 8 months from now is the best time for you to make any moves. But it is also something that you're celebrating and excited about. The good thing is the energy that you're feeling is going to go away. So you are in an intense place because these changes are coming to your mind, and they're wanting you to connect to that guidance and information that's going to lead you to a more balanced place where you do feel that connection to your life. So spirit is guiding you in that direction. It shows me a female spirit that is, acting as almost like a guardian angel for you, and maybe doing something that will get you into another form. The cups are coming up, so something creative is something that would also help heal you with those emotions and energies that you're feeling or release. But you're definitely going to learn how to drop the energies at the door. Smudging for me works. Incense burning, touching a stone when you get home and carrying it, even if it's a heart stone. There might be things that will help you in the meantime before you transform into something new. But I get that where you are right now is about an 8-month journey. And then I do see changes for you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Sarah. So the cards, Spirit is showing you're overwhelmed. It's beyond a doubt. And it definitely shows that it's not what you thought it would be. And you're carrying a lot of weight with this, but it does show that I see about, East Coast Mystic said 8, and I see 9. So it's around that time where you're still, I do see you completing this school year and, going into that, knowing that each day that you go in there, you're trying to just seek, you know, finding a balance between, I know you're saying it's like, even though you're finding it hard to find balance, I do see the Lover's card here, which really does, for me, represent balance. And it's kind of, I think it's once you've made the choice about if you're going to move on or continue with this career. Because I feel like until you make that choice, it's just going to kind of hang and be overwhelming. It does show that, you know, there is a new opportunity available if you want, coming up in that year cycle, right? So I think it would probably be, yeah, at least, you know, like East Coast Mystic was saying, 8, 9, maybe a year until you start something new. But I do see it as it's kind of an offshoot of what you're doing. It's not like a whole complete career change. It's finding this different direction, because you're in the cards, it's showing me you're using tools that you already have. You do go and gain some new knowledge and new, you know, it might be different courses or expertise. I'm not sure what it is, but there is this like kind of seed inside you that is seeking to kind of come out to the light and just like bloom and blossom and go down this beautiful journey. But right now everything is so heavy for you that trying to kind of uncover that seed is just, it's really heavy. So I do what I wrote down here was something that kind of was coming to mind for you, is seeking out environments that encourage your self-reflection. So I'm not sure if you're big on, you know, self-care or kind of like journaling or...
I do enjoy doing it. It's a matter of finding time in my day to do it. So I appreciate it. I understand the importance of it, but I don't necessarily do it the way I want to or the way I should, because I find journaling, once I get into it, I can spend an hour, I can spend a couple of hours, which is one way it's phenomenal. But in the other way, I just don't have that time.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, what I'm seeing here too is it is something that you are kind of carrying with you to help you get through the days. There's maybe a new routine or something that, like a slight shift that you do in it that's in your day-to-day life that will kind of make this next, you know, until you get to that new path, a little more bearable, kind of give you that like that sense of balance. And I do see it though, that like, it's not, you're not meant to go on this journey to that part alone. There is support from the people that care about you, and it's encouraging you to kind of reach out that. And over this next moon cycle, like the next kind of 30 days, next few weeks, really just tell the universe what, you know, what it is that you want. You know, manifest it, put it out there, tell the universe, be clear about your intention, and just know that you're supported. I do see a male spirit showing up around you. I keep thinking it's maybe a grandpa. Yeah. Sure. And he's kind of like, he watches you, you know, feeling this weight. So I think maybe in those times, I know it's hard and maybe you already do it, and I feel like you maybe already talk to him sometimes, but just reaching out to your, you know, your spiritual self and being like, I know this moment is heavy and I can't bear another moment of it, but he's with you. Your guides are with you. They're trying to give you that support to get you through, so that when you get to that point, you won't, you know, you'll do it with the energy level that you need to kind of maintain that balance.
Mm-hmm. And I keep getting that you could try to get, you know, a little bit of a leave of absence, a stress leave, or something that would just give you a break. I definitely feel like that is around you to be able to consider, you know, manifesting that type of break, so that you can receive the insights and get into your own mode. So think about that too, because I see that being able to be approved. If you could, tell the doctor you need a stress leave and do that.
That is a possibility. So then that's something that I think, if available, I may take advantage of that.
And, going into maybe next year, if you wanted to go into like private, doing teaching online would be awesome for you. Even if it was one-on-one or classroom related, or creating something that has to do with, online schooling, there's also possibilities there to keep in mind as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, yeah. Well, that's really interesting. What's been coming up in the readings so far, because a lot of it is matching with some of the things. It does show, it was just kind of like face down and blank for what's there present now. So it does kind of show like, it does kind of feel done in a way, for sure. So that's okay. You just engage in change and the cycle that it takes to make that change, and you're alert to it. And it does show that your ancestral guide was the elk, so Algiz, and that's a positive signs, and it actually is about signs. So, and this came up twice for you in your reading. So for you, you may not be, you have your own signs that mean something to you and that are a sign, and that's the way you take it personally. So when you get those signs or something neat that happens like that, just know that it really is guidance, because it's coming into you, showing that there is ancestral help around you behind, which also is matching with what Mystic Gypsy was saying, is that there is help there, just behind the scenes, right? And then it does show that there is a sign as well too in the future for you to look to the sky, and you'll receive a sign in the sky. Okay, and that is when you get to this decision. I also received information about doing the schooling differently, and as East Coast Mystic came, she spoke about the online. That's a great thing. What was coming to me before that as well was even how you saw it, how it was supposed to be, because your heart and your skills and your abilities are in the right place to be able to teach excellent, but the surrounding environment is different. It would be to look at the options of creating your own environment, creating your own school, creating your own home school, and other kids can come into it, and you could oversee a certain amount of kids in a smaller environment that would still give them the structure they need, and you could pass your wisdom and teaching on a different scale that you control, and you can even create a model of this, and that could be like building the bridge gap from where you are and staying in place where you're at, still doing it while you're developing something like this. If you feel that this is part of your passion, it's just the environment needs to change. This would put you in control of that environment to do what you feel how things should be, and that is good. That is good. That's clear to you what can create a good education environment. So, you can follow that passion as well too, because it does show that you do have the ability to take a higher vision and to create something above and to rise above all of it that you see and recreate something even better. It does show that you'll know if this is something or a new location or something you look at, whether it's a change of home in a building, or whether it's a place you could set this up, or a center or something. But there's travel and driving involved if that is the path, and you would know if you go in that direction of however that does work out. It shows like in 3-4 months you kind of go with the flow with the ideas that come to you, and you can have something formulated and being put together so that when you come out. But yeah, so, and taking the stress leave time, it's a crazy environments and in workplaces and everything these days. So definitely take the time you need to let you create what you need as well to recreate things and make a positive change in the world, and still offer your gifts and still be able to shine on whatever level you can discover that will work. But yeah, just be proud of your abilities and we'll just find a new way to showcase them. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, hello. I have a lot to echo, like it's already been said, but specifically I want to echo that teaching traditionally in the school system, it is going to burn you out, because I feel like you feel so much and you feel so much for these kids and you want to help so much, and it does. I feel that frustration and that lack of energy from you, from like you just feel that it's a brick wall, like there's not much that you can do in this system that is so terribly broken. But definitely look into private or the homeschool route, or like a tutoring or a club or something. Like, I'm a homeschool mom. I would love if there were more things around here. Like, if you're in St. John, hit me up. Like, to figure out like different things to do, because there's so many ways that you can teach that aren't within the traditional school system, and I think that will enable you to flourish rather than continue to feel drained, because I do feel very drained. Like, it's just a lot. And you really do have to find a way to kind of disconnect and shake it off when you come through the door, because it's going to do nothing but drain you and just distract you from all the different things that you need to focus on in your life. Really step into taking care of yourself, get into wellness. Like, I think Mystic Gypsy said, like, journal and just kind of meditate, relax, like connect with yourself and your intuition, because I feel like you'll benefit from connecting. I don't know, do you read cards or anything like that, or like do you have a kind of spiritual witchy practice?
I don't, but I have had that option provided to me, and I do have like positive affirmations that like it's, and so I have to probably start doing that more, and then
definitely
do the things I'm supposed to do. So that's like journaling, that's meditation, that is positive affirmations, that's all those things we need to do.
Honey. Yeah, you gotta take care of you. You can't do it all. You have to focus on what you can do. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry, woman. Oh, because you feel so deeply, and I feel the same way, and like you pick up on the energies of those around you, and like you just want to make everything better. And you will, but not in the way that you've pictured it. It's okay to do it differently, and it's okay to take this all as a learning experience. Wow.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm glad that you're here and able to process and release and get this, because like you already know that it's not sustainable for you to continue in the way that you are. Because as you were saying your question and everything, it was less of a question and more of a statement. Like it was coming out in the cards. Like, you get the Tower card, which is not the greatest, and like you end up being just kind of battered and worn out by this experience, but there are positive things that you can take from it. You can take what you've learned, shift the perspective, and use your knowledge and your skills for what they're meant to be. And it's going to be different, and it's not going to, like I said, it's not going to be the traditional route, and that's a-okay. You'll have some haters, but haters just mean you're doing it right. So lead with authenticity, connect with yourself, and know that you can't take it all on, and that it might not turn out the way that you've expected, but that you are still capable of helping and healing, and both for others and yourself, because there's a lot you need to take care of in setting boundaries and really taking care of your own emotional well-being. Because if you continue to be so open and emotional, it's not a bad thing to be emotional, don't take that, but it can be if you lead and you're too open to everyone else's, and just, it's a lot. If you're very empathetic and you feel very heavily, you have to set boundaries and you have to protect your heart and, do the work, focus on healing, coping mechanisms, learning what you can and can't control and change, and just doing the best that you can, and knowing that what you have to offer is fantastic and needed, and you will find a way to make it work for you, because you have all this self-awareness and knowledge and intuition within. So by connecting, meditating, journaling, doing all the affirmations and things, you're going to have the answer, and it's going to be a light bulb moment, and it'll all just kind of flow from there, and your heart will be a lot heavier, or a lot less heavy for it, because you also get like the Ace of Wands and the Sun card, which are like two of the best cards in the deck. It's new opportunity. Like, the universe is handing you the baton, like you have everything you need. It's your turn to take it and run with it. And the sun is just the ultimate, like, things haven't always been good, but it's a reminder, like, it's Here Come the Sun by the Beatles. Like, go listen to that song. It's just good vibes. It's going to get better, but you have to take the lessons and make the choices and allow things to get better. You can't stay where you are, because it's just gonna dim your light. And you are such a light to the world, and it's so necessary. So I wish you the best, and I know that you're going to figure it all out.
Thank you. Thank you
welcome.
so much.
And I wanted to also just mention that right now things are about balance, and it's really important for you to break any expectations that you have on yourself, because I feel like there's certain aspects of your life that you feel like you need to rush or move into. And I think that's also causing, the pressure on you, because what I get is that you're in a place that has a beautiful future. There's wealth, there's connection. I see home as a blessing, but it's also about you being able to find that inspiration, and so that you won't go into a place of deterioration, but you're going into a place of rejuvenation. And so if you do seek a break, whether it's stress or medical, that's going to be great for you. Take it as your healing time and try to find some kind of inspiration at home and connect to that energy of love that's there. But I feel like a lot of this has to do with your connection and partnership, and your mind is working on that or wants that as well as other expectations that you want to have. So I feel like you're working with your higher self, and your higher self is the one that's speaking, like, get me out of here. I need something new, because she's desiring new things, right? So let's keep listening to your intuition, but be open to, what could you do from home, or, let that information come through this month. This is a month where we're meant to receive guidance on our next year. So you might have ideas and think they're crazy, but write the ideas down, because in a month from now, if you have 10 ideas, you might have a running theme or a message or something like that. But I do want to say that, I feel that your higher self is connected to you, that it is about the wholeness that you want to feel. There is another destination. I really feel that you're being prepared for change, because there's another destination. But it's about money, and it's about your heart, and it's about being able to focus on the things that you want, not expect. Do you know what I mean? Like, move it into the things that you want in your life, move that into more of a blissful list of things that you want. Let yourself fall in love with the things that you desire in your life right now, and so that your higher self can bring you the guidance to seek those and move you away from what you are meant to change, whether it's your career or the place you're working or what you're meant to be doing. But I see you going into a place of healing, and it is within your home. All the blessings, everything you want in life can happen right there where you are. So, don't be too hard on yourself, but honor how you feel, and it will lead you into the place you want to be, right? So, we can make a change anytime. There's nothing wrong with making a change. And when you do make that change, it usually leads you to a better change. You just want to be in a place where you're regenerating certain aspects of your life, and not into a place of deterioration where things get more difficult for you. And I feel that's why you were guided to come into the circle tonight, is to know that, you're feeling like you need to change because there's better things ahead. And even though it's stressful and hard right now, those are the signs that are leading you to make the changes. Because at a certain point, you'll be like, I can't handle it. I've been there so many times in my life, and every time I've done it, it has been a blessing. And I didn't see it at the time, but if I stayed, I probably would have died, right? So just honor your feelings in a new way, where, trust yourself. And trust the reason why you want to leave, and know that it is for a better future, right? That's why you want to change. So yeah, I see positive change in your future. It's just, how do you get there? And you might just need a break in between. right? And that might be part of the stepping ladder to get you there, because it is all about your happiness. That's what life is about. So I feel you're on the path to wholeness.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
Thank you.
And we'll send out the replays for everyone once they're finished, so you can listen to it again. But thank you for joining us tonight. You take care.